Hello dear students, I Mrs. Manisha Vinay Deshpande welcome you to online lecture series of Gokhale Education Society's BYK College of Commerce, Nasik. Student, today we are going to learn about international trade. This is the topic from the second lesson of Organization of Commerce and Management subject, and this is very important for your examinations also. So what is international trade? When the trade activities are conducted between two or more countries, it is called as international trade. International trade procedure is always complex, difficult, and lengthy. Various factors like government policies, economy, international market, international laws, currency, etc. influence the trade activities also. Most economists globally agree that international trade helps to boost the national wealth. It makes our economy strong, and customers also get variety of goods and services due to international trade. Students, as you know, the international trade, there are three types of trade which are export, import and interport trade, which is given in this diagram. Today we are going to learn about procedure of export trade in detail. So what does the term export trade mean? Export trade refers to sale of goods and services to foreign country. Let's take example of Japan and India. Japan exports its cars and technology to India, and India exports coffee to Japan. Here there is a purchase sale transactions taking place between Japan and India in the global market. So as we know that the export procedure is a detailed and long procedure. It will see here export procedure, and it is classified into four major stages followed by its sub stages respectively. You can see here in the diagram. Let's discuss each one of them in detail. Let's begin with first stage, that is preliminary stage. The first stage and the foremost steps are: first is registration. The exporter of a country has to go himself registered with various authorities of his country in India, such as Directorate General of Foreign Trade, to obtain import export certificate number. It is called license also. It is also called IEC, that is import export code number. Students, no person shall make any import or export without this IEC number. He is also required to get registered with income tax authority to obtain permanent account number, that is PAN card number. You know what is a PAN card. Exporter is also required to get registered with EPC, that is Export Promotion Council. We will see what is the reason to be registered with Export Promotion Council. So students, EPC means Export Promotion Council conducts a large number of promotional activities such as buyer-seller meets, trade fair, exhibitions, and it is a beneficial for new exporter. Now GST registration is also important for exporter, and then the Indian government has made GST registration mandatory for export of services in India. Now in preliminary stage, second point is appointment of agents. The Indian exporter receives orders directly from the importer or through indent houses. So after registration, the exporter appoints agents or sales representatives abroad to book orders. The exporter may also open sales office in the foreign country to getting orders. Students, now first step of preliminary stage is over. Now we will go for second stage, that is pre-shipment stage. It's a very lengthy stage because you can see here it includes 9 steps. Pre-shipment means steps taken by trade operators before they are shipped for export. This stage includes the following stages. First is receipt of order. As soon as the order is received, the exporter must verify and confirm the order. The exporter checks on the list of restrictions on import in the importer's country. What is the restriction on import? It is means certain goods are prohibited or restricted for import and export by government. For example, in India, like narcotic drugs, Indian coins, maps, wildlife products, these are prohibited for export, import, trade. Then comes letter of credit. Second step. A letter of credit is a written and very important document in the import export business. It is issued by the importer's bank. It is called in short LOC. It is issued by importer's bank only on behalf of exporter. Letter of credit is a document through which a bank promises to pay the exporter in case the importer fails to make payment. If importer defaults, then the bank shall make the payment to exporter. So here exporter will be safe by LOC. Now next point is pre-shipment finance. Students, after getting the orders and letter of credit from the importer, then importer requires pre-shipment finance. Why it is necessary? And what is the meaning of pre-shipment finance? It means any loan or advance granted or any other credit provided by a bank to an exporter for purchasing raw material, processing on the raw material, and manufacturing or packing of goods prior to shipment. On the basis of LOC, the exporter will obtain pre-shipment finance from his banker to meet working capital requirement. So you know how letter of credit is very important document for pre-shipment finance. Without LOC, exporter can't get any finance from his bank. Now next work for export is production of goods. Pre-shipment finance is there, so exporter has to produce goods as per the importer's need. If exporter himself is not a manufacturer, then he will get the ordered goods from the local supplier. After production of goods, exporter should go for next step, and that is very important stage, that is packaging. The goods must be properly packaged because physical protection is made by packaging, proper packaging. Shocks, vibration, temperature, breakage, moisture, dust. These are the problems of goods in transit. So packaging is very necessary. Then prevention of quality of goods and promotion of goods. These points are also covered by proper packaging. Now after proper packing, exporter has go for ECGC cover, that is Export Credit and Guarantee Corporation. This is also similar to insurance. ECGC cover means the exporter may obtain a cover from ECGC. ECGC provides a range of insurance covers to Indian exporters against credit risk. For example, if an importer is unable to make the payment of bill, the exporter can be covered from ECGC to an extent of 90% of the loss. So this cover is very important. Then the next point is GST formalities. Some GST formalities are very important for exporter. He needs to complete GST formalities under the guidance of GST authorities for executing export trade. Student, next insurance is marine insurance. The term originated when parties began to ship goods via sea. It covers the loss or damage of ships, cargo, and goods in transit. The exporter has to obtain marine insurance under CIF, that is Cost Insurance and Freight Contract. He has to pay the necessary insurance premium amount and obtain the insurance policy at the same time. And the last point of second stage of export procedure is C&F agents, clearing and forwarding agent. In export trade, C&F agents are known as custom house agents. C&F agents are known as custom house agents because they are the experts who provide assistance to get goods cleared through custom formalities, because custom formalities are very complicated and CF agent will be done it properly. These agents are responsible for forwarding the goods. Now Students, we are in third stage of export processing, that is shipment stage. All documents are ready and goods are also ready for shipment. So next point is shipment stage. In this stage, there are three steps. We will see first step, that is processing of document. In this step, exporter prepares the shipping bill. It is the main document on the basis of which the customs office gives the permission for export. So shipping bill is very important document, and it gets all the documents processed at customs house, sorry. Now next step is an examination of goods. The C&F agent obtain a carting order, then it is the clearance given by the customs department to either load cargo or to transport the cargo after export clearance from Port Trust Authority as to cart the goods inside the docks. Now examination of goods is over. Next point is, or next stage is loading of goods. Students, in this stage, C&F agent obtain four important valuable documents. We will see in detail. After examining the goods, custom examiner issues the late export order. The C&F agent then obtain late ship order from custom preventive officer. It is called also CPO. He gives late ship order. The goods are then loaded on ship for which a METS receipt is obtained. MET receipt issued by captain of ship. This is a confirmation. MET receipt is a confirmation that goods are actually loaded on the ship and it contains all the details of the packages. Which details are include the port of destination, name of the vessel, date of shipment, etc. Later on, the METS receipt is handed over to the C&F agent. Then the C&F agent approaches shipping company and obtains bill of lading, which is the confirmation that the goods have been accepted for shipping. If goods are sent by air, then airway bill is issued instead of bill of lading. Now our this C step is covered. Now procedure of export trade. Procedure of export trade, there is last stage, that is post shipment stage. Now our goods are in the ship. After that, this stage is followed by exporter, that is post shipment stage. First point is shipment advice. The exporter sends shipment advice to the importer. It informs the importer about the dispatch of goods. He also sends copy of packaging list, commercial invoice and non-negotiable copy of loading to the importer along with the advice letter. By showing this advice letter, importer can get his goods. After that, second step is presentation of documents. This is very important step for exporter. This is a very important step for exporter because the exporter submits all necessary documents to his bank for negotiation and realization of exports proceeds. Students, to promote export from India, the government provides export incentives such as low-cost loans, tax exemption, subsidies and government finance also. So next step is about that, realization of export incentives. The exporter makes an arrangement to obtain export incentives such as low-cost loan, tax exemptions, etc. from the concerned authorities. The incentives include duty drawbacks. It is a scheme that provides about refund of customs duty and refund of GST, etc. And lastly, follow-up is necessary by exporter. And so last step is follow-up. Exporter should always have follow up after export to find bias reaction towards the goods. This is very important task for any exporter. So I hope you have understood the process of export. Thank you and take care.